Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Cinema Machine. I'm Al, and I'm here with Ryan
Howdy.
and Brandon.
Hello there.
And the band's back together. Ryan went off and got a new agent, Diana.
Again,
And yeah, she
keeps doing this.
won't allow him to do stuff. So, welcome back.
Right now, she's sleeping on the job, too. That's the worst part about
Ugh, lazy.
Right.
I don't even know what this next generation's called. I don't know what their millennial generation. I don't know what their name is.
But they're the
anyway.
worst.
Already. They don't have a chance to prove themselves. So, anyway. Hey, Tony. So, Ryan, you want to tell everybody where they can find us before we get truly started?
Yeah, if I can find the graphic. There we go. Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, notification bell, so you can stay up to date on all the videos we're putting out. We are on Instagram at CinemaMachinePod, and we have a Patreon, patreon.com/CinemaMachinePod. We appreciate all the support we get there.
Nice.
Let's do it again, but let's sound like you don't have a newborn baby and all your energy is drained.
No. Next.
Yeah.
Look, I won't apologize for being authentic, all right? I won't do it.
I want to apologize for my passion.
Or lack thereof.
I won't apologize for lack of passion.
Well, folks, do want to let everybody know up front that within the next week, we'll be releasing our special edition Christmas episode. You all voted on what we'll be watching, so tune in to find out what won the vote. And we're going to have a guest or two, maybe three. I don't know. I don't know who's all going to be there. But we're going to have...
I don't know.
Someone tell me.
I don't know. I do know who they are, just not going to tell you. You got to tune in to find out. We would appreciate it for sure if you watched. And also everybody that does show up, visit their channels, click them, like them, all the good stuff in life. So let's get into it. So we've been talking about this for a while. Hollywood is changing, and Universal has their 2022 slate of movies Peacock within 45 days of theatrical release. So how do you guys feel about this? It seems like they're going, I mean, like we've talked about a million times, it seems like the theater experience will go away to a certain degree. So do you like this? I know Brandon does because he's become a shut-in. But Ryan, how about yourself without a movie theater in your house?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't care one way or another.
Ryan, you're about to love this. You're going to love it so good.
Love it so good.
Yep.
Oh, because I got a kid.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. I don't know. Like, if I'm going to go see a movie in theaters, I'm going to go see it before that window runs out. So, I don't know. I guess if it makes it more accessible for folks, then.
So what you're saying is make better movies and you'll make a theater trip. Is that what you're saying?
There you go. Hey, there you go.
That's right.
Incentivize me.
There you go. And you really have to make a good movie for Brandon to go see it. So,
and even if you do, you might not go see it.
There are so many factors that have to align perfectly for me to be able to go see it at this point. But
this is why you have slow internet. Hollywood wants you out to the theater. They don't want you to be able to stream out there. So.
They're throttling Royston.
They're really banking on me specifically.
He's going to get them all. He's going to be the Pied Piper of Royston. So, well, I don't know. I like Peacock overall. There are some things that are already on there. Things pop up on there that I didn't even realize. I text you earlier. I text you both earlier that the MacGruber show is already on there. I wasn't paying attention enough to know when it was going to be released, but there's 8 episodes on there already. I don't know if they're just going to chunk them out there, but it looks like the whole cast is there. So not Val Kilmer, but so yeah, I I don't know, Brandon. You excited about this? Because I know you don't really like to go anywhere anymore.
I mean, I think it's probably a good happy medium for theatrical to home video window. And I think Warner Brothers is also doing this. I think they're all kind of moving towards it. It was already kind of close to that anyway with VOD, like theatrical to VOD before, pre-pandemic. So, I mean, yeah, I think this is the best. I do, even though I don't listen, I love going to the movies. My time to go to them is very small. So I have to be very particular. Like I really wanted to go see The Matrix in theaters next week, but I just could not find the time to make it happen. And so I'm going to see it on HBO Max. So I do like to have that option.
The future is fluid, Brandon. Maybe you'll still see it.
Maybe. So yeah, I think it's good. Give the theatrical, experience the first run. Let the people that want to see it that way, be able to see it in that format. And then 45 days is a good enough amount of time because at that point anyway, you're already into diminishing box office returns anyway. So,
Well,
unless it's some big tentpole, juggernaut movie that continues to rack in money. And if that's the case, then they'll still show up in theaters to see it. It's not like when it goes to some sort of streaming service that you can't go see. It's not like the theaters have to pull it from their screen.
Oh, I know. But more and more people that don't care how they absorb a movie are just gonna this saddens me to a certain degree because I see these videos. I don't watch it, but there's a lot of those. I just watched this for the first time reaction videos, and they're watching it and reacting to it live or whatever, and they're watching it on a computer screen. I think that is kind of a slap in the face to the people that made the movie. Personally, I think that there's a lot of people that make movies
it's not
now.
Like people weren't already doing that with pirating and things like that.
I get it, but I'm just saying,
Chris.
Man,
good Lord,
incrimination.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody knows.
Address FBI.
Everybody knows.
There's a guy in college.
You might as well wear an eye patch.
In college, the FBI came in and arrested a guy out of our school for pirating like crazy, and he was also tagging places. So he was doing a bunch of different stuff. But
okay, what a winner!
Yeah. So I was like, dude, what movie did he pirate? But he was pirating a lot of stuff, everything. So that was back when
grits.
It's back when Lars Ulrich was upset about it. So, all right, Napster. Yep, that's right. That's right.
Throwback. Limewire and all this.
Oh, I forgot about Limewire. That's right. Back in the old MySpace days.
I never heard of any of these programs.
What is that?
There used to be one called what was that? What we used to go to some website that had all the, but they were. It was just if you just wanted to watch something like that. I think that is kind of slapping the movie makers in the face to just stream it with Japanese subtitles and a watermark.
Yeah, it depends. It depends if you are really a movie fan or if you're just someone who just wants something on your, I don't know,
and
filler or whatever.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's the majority of people nowadays. Which is sad, but I would say maybe a small majority, but I think it's still a majority of people. Either way, maybe there's a movie that will get Brandon out of his theater into another theater
this weekend.
This weekend, I'm going to movies.
Okay. Well, okay. Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer movie continues to add to their bolstering cast. You have Florence Pugh, Rami Malek, and Benny Safdie. So Benny Safdie keeps getting acting gigs. Hasn't had a bad time on screen yet that I've seen. So, and they're great directors, but yeah, maybe he's going to turn the corner into being an actor more so. This is kind of scaring me because we know how we feel about loaded casts. So, Brandon, you think this one will get you out of the house?
If there's a director that will get me out of the house, even during a pandemic, it's Christopher Nolan. I mean, that was.
I don't even have to understand his films.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of, most people will not most people, but people that follow movies will show up to see a Nolan film just based on just that he's directing it. And I think that when we talk about this seemingly every week with these StatCast announcements, but, and not to beat a dead horse, but, they need financing to make these big budget movies. And one way to do that is to kind of, pad the cast with names that could be potential draws for different demographics. And so, I mean, adding these three, I like all three of these. Emily Blunt. Also, I think I can't remember, because there was a time where they were just announcing different people every week. I know that Cillian Murphy was like one of the first ones to be announced. And then Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr. So there's been a handful of people that have been attached to this point. So
yeah, I don't know that names have the pull that they used to in general. I'm not saying anybody in particular. Yeah. I just think that people don't show up for actors and actresses as much as they used to. Like whenever people like, oh, it's a Tom Hanks movie, I'll go. That used to be a thing, or Tom Cruise or whomever. Yeah, I just don't know that that's still the same.
Well, that's definitely something that people have kind of commented on throughout the last couple of years, as far as the age of the movie star era, that being over, and it's more IP that brings people into theaters than anything, characters essentially. Mm-hmm. And that's probably due to, well, a few things, but I think superhero movies kind of have led the way of where you don't have to cast big name actors, people just show up for the character, and that's kind of probably the culprit of that mentality. But I still think that when you've got people that have gone on to, rise up in the ranks of stardom, so to speak, and have played these big tentpole characters in the last, decade, then having them involved, there's a connection there. Like, oh, Robert Downey Jr., that's Iron Man. So yeah, I like his movies. So they'll, casual people will go see, that, or will be more inclined to, I think.
Yeah, I'll be interested. Go ahead, Brian.
No, I mean, you see it a lot with not necessarily movie theaters, but that's like a Netflix formula for sure. They even that Red Notice movie, not a good movie, but they got a ton of A-list talent in it. And
I want to say this: it takes a lot for Ryan to say not a good movie. He does not like to say that.
Am I officially the too nice guy on the podcast?
When we're on the podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ryan does not like to speak ill of a movie or anything in particular. So it takes a lot. So it must really be a stinker.
So it was good.
Yeah. I will be interested to see if people do come out. How's it going? So you're saying Ryan will watch anything? I'm not saying Ryan will watch
necessarily anything. I will watch anything. It's
just that he doesn't like to. He doesn't like to speak ill of anything. No, I'm not saying that. But I am interested, since Nolan's Tenet. I'm wondering if Nolan or COVID or the mixture or what had to do with the less than impressive numbers for Tenet. I wonder if people are kind of growing out of Nolan and maybe going more the way of Villeneuve now, because I don't know. I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm just saying
kind of get, and again, COVID, but I did kind of get that vibe with Tenet. It just kind of, I don't know. It didn't feel like it, usually does when his movies come out. Again, COVID was there, but
I think that COVID has the biggest part to play in that. I mean, movies had been completely gone for months at that point.
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah, I just remember,
change.
I don't know. It was more, I think for me, it was more of like talking to people. Like in the past, like if I brought up Inception or something, everybody knew who it was, what it was. But if I brought up Tenet, they were like, what? Like,
yeah, I don't know if it's because
know.
people just had something so much more important to focus on, and they were just weren't. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm interested to see if he does in fact draw people or what. Did we like Tenet?
From what Brandon understood, there's a lot
check
of
out our
British
review,
accents.
bro. Yeah, for the Brandon, did you ever watch it with subtitles?
No, I did buy it. I just haven't gotten around to rewatching it.
I rewatched it. I think I told you guys I was
you were stocked down on the rewatch, right?
Yeah, I was less like I was bored during the rewatch. I was just like, because it's just one of those movies. Like, yeah, I like watching movies over and over and over again. I love rewatching movies, but that's just one that I was just like, nah, saw this.
Did you watch it with subtitles?
No, I have good ears. I need to rewatch it. Yeah, what was your initial review, Tony?
Well, no, I don't did you like it, Tis I? That is the question.
Yeah, did you like it?
That is a good question.
Because Ryan, have you rewatched?
I have not, and I was I remember, we reviewed that movie coming out, and I was excited to rewatch, but
yeah,
I don't know,
because Katie and I were the only ones that walked out of the movie theater feeling like we understood it anyway, and we were like, I don't get why everybody's upset about this. We were like strutting out of that theater, like, yeah, we get it.
Movie is a lot.
Well, all right. So there's a few movies coming out soon, and Guillermo del Toro has Nightmare Alley coming out, and he has confirmed there's a black and white version. So I know Brandon's gonna run out of the theater, sleep in front of a theater for that.
I desaturated this still just for this slide.
Look at you.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah, I think
what's funny. This is a little bit of a tangent, but my dad watched Andy Griffith religiously, and Andy Griffith was in black and white originally. And then they moved to color at some point.
Yeah.
And he would always turn the color all the way down whenever the newer episodes would play.
That's funny. Ain't the same. That ain't my Andy Griffith. I don't know what it is, but there's some kind of PTSD in me where the Andy Griffith theme song and the MASH theme song like freak me out. I can't, like, how the Halloween music does that to you? I can't.
I know, Tis I know. I get it. I hear you.
Or he was partially remaking a 1947 film and decided to do that.
Either or, Al. Either or.
Yeah, whatever. Shrink.
So, will it be?
No, Zack Snyder did invent black and white and 4:3.
He is the blueprint.
Absolutely.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how everybody was like, "That's terrible," and then he does it, and everybody's like, "That's the greatest thing in the world." So,
that's what happens when you drink the Kool-Aid like us. It's fine.
I know. Right. Nikes and Kool-Aid, all dying in our bunks. All right, so I think
this last week. We're talking about something different this week.
Oh, okay. I did see
2 weeks ago.
that.
Gosh, where did the time go?
I did see that Britt said that Ben Affleck, his Batman days are over, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. He said that before, though, so he's been back.
True. He did say that
he's going to be back again.
Yeah.
So
probably
you never know.
Let's go back to reading.
So I wonder if he'll do like a 4:3 cut. I doubt it since he didn't film it with that format. Del Toro doesn't seem like he would do that.
No, but his movies, he's one of the ones.
Unless he filmed it with an open gate and then cropped it for theatrical, maybe he releases it with an open gate. I don't know, because it seems like there's not a lot of. I don't see this movie relying heavily on a lot of like CG like post type work, at least by the trailers. They don't seem like that. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's like hidden visual effects, but
Right. I mean,
I feel like if it were something that he shot with an open gate, that it would be pretty easy to just release that, if that was what he wanted to do. But I don't see this getting like an IMAX release or anything like that, so he may not even had that intention.
it's not the type of movie that should. It's just a drama. I mean, it's not like a. I don't know.
It
The
comes
story
out this weekend.
Yeah.
Snuck up.
Yeah. They were showing it at a few theaters around town the other night, and I was gonna go, but I just didn't have the time to make it all the way out. Like it was like an hour and a half away, and been busy. But yeah, I have a feeling that the black and white will be like a special feature or something like that.
Yeah.
On the home release. So
Nightmare Alley, Justice is Gray.
by the way, Ryan, Halloween Kills comes out on Blu-ray here pretty soon, and they have the alternate ending / director's cut. So I'm interested to see if it's any better.
Is that something that y'all anticipate being better, or because I know that y'all weren't very high on it?
I doubt it is because Anthony Michael Hall's still in it.
It's more.
They cut him out, maybe.
His character was wow. Yeah, he was something.
Yeah, it was just absurd how like knuckleheaded he was in that movie for no reason. No, Brandon. So there's a scene in that movie where all the kids that were kids from the original Halloween movie are now they're all survivors, and they're at it's a bar, but they're doing karaoke or whatever there.
This is not a scene. This is the opening scene.
Yeah. And he just gets up there and he goes, and everybody's like, woo! Like he's going to go up there and sing a song or something. He's like, yeah, 40 years ago, everybody died. And everybody just like, it's like,
he just gets really intense. Like just
evil dies tonight.
Yeah.
Like,
he says that. That's like his line. Like he says it like 5 times in the movie. Evil dies tonight.
Yeah. They were trying to make that into t-shirts within the first 10 minutes of that movie. Somewhere there's a warehouse of Evil Dies Tonight t-shirts that just like with like bad, like the opposite team that won the championship, like the team that lost. Yeah.
They'll be donating those.
Yeah, that movie's just so. I mean, some of the kills are fun, but it's just not great. But the music's great. Music's great. By the way, guys, I do want to say this. I was out at Ryan's record store the other night, and Brandon's for that matter, and yeah, I got over to Waterloo, but before that, I was at Cracker Barrel, and that's Brandon's record store, and
not my particular one, but one of the branches.
the chain, yeah. But I almost did buy a record from Cracker Barrel, but they had the original soundtrack for the original Halloween, but it was the Mondo special edition, and I almost bought it, but I was like, I've got enough Halloween for right now. Like
how much difference is there?
Yeah, I did buy They Live though, so I did buy that soundtrack, Mondo. All right, so I know it's a bucket list thing for you guys, and I would like to go again as well. Alamo Drafthouse. Well, Brandon's been now. That's right. He went to Austin one, so
he loved it.
Yeah, he loved it. It was a great
not
experience
underwhelmed at all.
Ever. Yeah.
Tried so
Ryan,
hard to not be underwhelmed on the show.
Maybe we'll take you out to DC, Washington DC. That is, they have a new location and has presidents of the movies, like Hall of Presidents from the movies, and Bill Pullman was there for the opening. Because he's not in movies, so this should be interesting. And you should know every single draft house is themed differently, so it's pretty interesting. So
yeah, I can't remember where the one that's like Death Star
Brandon's
themed.
was outdated themed.
Yeah, man.
It had the
theme,
Shining stuff in there.
I don't know what the theme, and that was cool, but that was like the only cool part of the, that was at the entrance.
That's the first thing he told me. It was
What?
cool. They had a Deadpool suit there. It was cool.
Deadpool with a Wonder Woman gown on. Yeah, I mean, my initial experience with Alamo is not the best in terms of the actual theater that I was in, but I still do
Or
appreciate
did the
what
draft
they do.
house touch you, Brandon?
So yeah, I mean, I really hope they continue. They're supposed to be building one in Georgia, so I hope that actually ends up happening, but I don't know if it will. There's a lot of Georgia movies. It could be a Georgia movie themed Alamo Draft House. So there's your theme right there.
There you go, Ryan.
Who's your favorite movie president? If you're going to go to this president themed, who do you want to see represented? I think your mic's
I have to
muted.
think about that one. Yeah.
A lot of people point to Bill Pullman because of Independence Day because of the speech.
If President Camacho's not in there, I'm out.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. Who was talking about that? We were just at a photo shoot all together, and we were talking about Idiocracy. That Blu-ray is like $1 bazillion, and I'm never gonna be able to get it.
Yeah, I gave up on the hopes of getting. Well, they'll re-release it eventually. It'll just be under the PBS label for documentary. So, Ken Burns directs the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought the digital version because I was like, "There's just no way." It's kind of like Just Friends.
Yeah.
Shows that interesting, huh, Ryan? I got you.
No, I think I've got it on digital somewhere, like on my old Apple account or something. But
yeah, I remember it was on sale for like $3 one day, and I was like, "All right, we'll do that." So, Bill Pullman.
Tizai says Bill Pullman.
He's the first movie president I cared about or cared to remember. There you
go. I would say there was a painting or something behind Pullman in that picture of Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
I always think
Air
about
Force One.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
Get off my plane.
If one actor could play president in a movie and like be a good president in a movie, who do you think that actor or actress would be?
I don't know. We should have prepared this.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That would be funny. We kind of saw that when he was mayor of California. Whatever he said.
California.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see Jeff Goldblum as president. I think that would be fun.
That would be unorthodox.
He'd be like, yes, pass the bill. I think it'd be great. Well, all right. So let's get into some trailers. Ryan, have you had a chance to watch these trailers yet?
A few of them.
All right. Did you watch The Fantastic Beast: The Secret of Dumbledore?
I did, and I am very surprised to report that Katie is very into this. She was ice cold on these movies.
As am I.
Loves Mads Mikkelsen replacing Johnny Depp. So yeah, I don't know. I will definitely say that the trailer.
So that means you're probably going to end up seeing this with the wife.
Yeah, correct. And honestly, we probably would have anyways. But yeah, this, as far as like trailers go, this is probably the most interesting of the three that have come out. But you never know.
Yeah. Brandon?
Yeah, I watched it. I'm probably in the same camp as Ryan in terms of not being super stoked about the franchise. I do like Mads Mikkelsen. I do like Ezra Miller. I do like Jude Law. I do not like Eddie Redmayne that much as an actor.
Sam, I am.
Same.
And I honestly don't remember much about the last one. I've only seen it once.
I didn't even watch the last one.
Same. I really kind of blocked that one out. I got out of theaters and I was like, that was garbage.
Man, Ryan, I like this, Ryan. Just talk bad about me. I like it. Let's have a show, guys. So,
never mind. It was all right.
But I will. I will watch.
They
this.
tried.
I will watch it.
Bless their hearts. They worked hard.
This wasn't my thing.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say that I'm excited about it. I would be more excited if they would bring in a fresh director for the Potter stuff. I think David Yates is kind of.
I agree.
burned
I think
out,
he kind of
played
didn't he
out.
announce that he was stepping away from it after this or something
I don't know.
last year.
Whenever they announced, they announced like 3 sequels at one point to Fantastic Beasts, and he was doing all of them. And so, but that all can change. But I wish I would like to see something. Honestly, I would just like to see something without most of these characters, and a different director, somebody fresh that has a new take. It's like it's not exactly equivalent. I'm not saying these are parallel in terms of quality, but Michael Bay kept doing Transformers movies and kept doing them. It's like, all right, let's let somebody. And then when they brought in, what's the guy? The guy, the Nike Air, the guy from Leica,
Spike Jones. I don't know.
Spike Travis something. Travis Knight. And he did Bumblebee, which is a pretty good movie. Definitely a lot better than most of the Transformers movies. So I just think that they need somebody, a different set of eyes in there. Give it a fresh take. But like Ryan was saying, I was probably going to see this either way. I just, it's one of those things. Like I like the Harry Potter stuff. I'm interested to see where this goes. I have no interest in whatever Eddie Redmayne's character's name is. I can't even remember anymore. What's going on? He
didn't seem very like he's a very big part of the trailer.
Well, here's what happened. I mean, it's obvious. They made this one movie, Fantastic Beasts, based on this book in the world that was just about different types of beasts and this guy that kind of collects them or whatever. And then they were like, all right, we need to get back into the more Potter lore stuff. And so they kept the Fantastic Beasts title, which doesn't even apply anymore to any of these movies.
Sure.
Like it's
just, they just sprinkle in Fantastic Beasts
here and there, but Scamander, what's his first name? Something Scamander. Newt. Yeah, like he just I don't understand why he's there anymore. But anyway, and I also wish they would have kept Colin Farrell instead of, I mean, I'm sure they're regretting that after all the drama they had to deal with pre whatever the last one was called. I don't even remember. Grindelwald. Yeah. Something.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Did you watch it, Al?
Me? A little bit. I was done pretty quickly.
I watched it for about 15 seconds and turned it off.
I just
title sequence was garbage.
I just have no interest.
Coming 2022.
I haven't even seen this. I haven't even seen the second one. I haven't even seen the second one, to be honest with you. So, I just kind of checked out after the first one.
It's not very memorable.
Yeah. So another movie coming out is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I know you guys are amped.
Well, I put this on here because you were pretty high on this movie when it came out.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought it was a good family movie. Thought it was surprisingly good. It felt like a 90s kind of comedy, like family comedy. So it had. I'm not saying it was a great movie. I'm just saying it was a good. I enjoyed it. But yeah. So, did you guys like Sonic 1?
Yeah,
I did not watch it.
It's one of the better video game adaptations, I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
many, but
I
That's
just
a
thought it
game
was.
I never played growing up for whatever reason. Just wasn't.
Oh man, we used to. Every kid in my neighborhood, well, like we had a big neighborhood, but like the 4 or 5 kids that had Segas, we all became friends. Sega Genesis, and just kept taking our cartridges. Like when one family would kick us out, we'd go down to the other person's house and they get kicked out of that house, and then go to another person's house. So it was a good time.
Yeah.
I am not going to say that I'll see this in the theater. Now, if my niece and nephews want to go see this, yeah. So Tony liked it from Basement Blues. He liked Sonic 1. I would probably take my niece and nephews to see this, but I'm not going to be the creepy adult guy that goes to see this by myself. So
it was good to see Jim Carrey. It's kind of a return to form for him in a role.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been a little too serious in real life for the last few years. So so yeah, it's good to see him kind of be silly again. I've gone back and started watching rewatching In Living Color clips and episodes. And I used to watch that show religiously every single week when it came on, and just how refreshing that show was. I don't know. It's just so funny how hard he tried. The Wayans brothers, all of them, like Jamie Foxx, I mean, just David Allen Greer, all the people that were on that show. It's just amazing how well-rounded that show was. It was pretty funny. So if you ever get a chance, go watch the karate instructor with Jim Carrey. That's pretty funny stuff. So anyway, yep. I know this isn't going to get you out of your house, but are you going to watch it?
It might.
Oh.
For the kids. I mean,
yeah,
that's one
for the kids.
One of the gateways to getting out of the house.
Here's some Benadryl, kids. Don't mess Daddy while he's watching Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
One of the interesting things that I found about this trailer was, they cast Idris Elba as Knuckles, but his voice for Knuckles sounds nothing like standard Idris to me. So it seems like I always wonder, okay, they started doing, ever since Robin Williams played Genie, they started doing the stunt casting with, animation voice actors, and usually use it as a selling point, or you want to capitalize on a particular, actors. They
just teased it in this,
but it just doesn't sound like Idris, and he's got a very recognizable voice.
I don't know that Idris is a household name. I think he's a movie head, like
definitely not
kind of name. But I don't know if he's a like.
I'm not saying that his voice is like, it's an interesting voice that he's doing, but it just surprised me that it wasn't like Idris Elba. Yeah.
Ish. Well, Ryan, just get ready now that you have a little one. Whenever she gets old enough to understand what movie she's watching, not just Pretty Colors, I'll be getting you My Little Pony videos
earlier this week. So
that's right. Starting her off strong.
So let's talk about the trailer of all trailers this week. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This is kind of like a being John Malkovich, more action kind of parody versus heady. What was your initial reaction to this trailer, Ryan?
My initial reaction to this trailer, Nicolas Cage was exactly as I expected him to be. Pedro Pascal was pretty hilarious. I'm interested to see him, that dynamic. I will definitely be watching this one just because I think it'll be goofy.
Brandon.
Yeah, same. I mean, I remember when they were talking about making this, so I kind of knew what it was going into the trailer, but I haven't. I will be the first to admit that I haven't. I've been aware of the, all the types of movies that Cage has done in recent years, but haven't seen a lot of them. But I do.
Neither has anyone else.
Well, I mean, he has a very specific type of movie that he likes to do that people hold in high regard.
Yeah,
as of late.
It's called "It'll Pay Off My Taxes." That's the kind of movie he likes to do.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the movies like Mandy that you like, and these other like Pig, and these other movies that he does that are like very like one side of the coin to Nicolas Cage that as of late he does, and then he does those other ones that are like more in the line of what was the movie with the bees? The bees. I can't remember what it was. Sorry, with a W. The something with a W.
Yeah.
I swear, my train of thought just doesn't exist anymore. But Wicker Man. Yeah, just like
that was like 8 years ago.
Well, I know, but like that kind of like steamrolled this. Like, well, I'm sure that there were like personal reasons, financial reasons that he just kept doing anything. But
100%. He didn't pass. He got a tax fraud and divorce from what was Elvis's daughter's name?
Priscilla.
Not Priscilla, that's his wife. The one that married Michael Jackson.
Priscilla. I don't
know. Nope for the second time.
Family name.
Yeah.
Priscilla Jr. Do you have junior females?
That's right. Called her PJ. That was 15 years ago, Wicker Man. Okay. I know it was a while back. I can't say like I'm excited about this, but it is going to be fun to see Nicolas Cage kind of poking fun at himself. I hope they do this right. I hope it's not just a funny trailer. I don't really care about Pascal too much. He is what he is. Doesn't mean anything to me, but
you gotta love if they do it right, and there's a lot of self-deprecating stuff. It's gonna be great.
Well, they already mentioned his financials in the trailer, so there's
that's what it seems like.
Super self-deprecating, but he does look like he's got a lot of "just for men" on his beard in this trailer. So it was a little off-putting. It's like, okay, just let some grays come in there, buddy.
It's
like
a plot line,
yeah, maybe. So yeah, I am.
This kind of reminds me of that. What was the Jean-Claude Van Johnson?
Oh yeah, the show.
Yeah.
That was a funny show.
Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
I understand why it only went one season, but it was a funny show.
I watched one episode of that, and I was just like, I don't know.
I got addicted to it. I didn't think it was good. I just thought it was funny. And,
I didn't think it was good. But
I didn't think it was like a stellar show. I wasn't like
anybody to think that.
No, I wasn't like hankering to watch it, but I did think it was funny. And he really did, because he's one similar to Val Kilmer back in the day, but he really took himself seriously, like super serious. So it was fun to watch him kind of poke fun at himself, for sure. I don't know.
For sure.
Yep. All right. Bring everything to the screen now. So, what have you guys been watching?
Dead air.
What have you guys been watching this week?
And some more of it.
Yeah. Ryan, what you been watching this week?
I've basically been on since we got the baby here. We kind of have had Christmas movies on just kind of all the time. And I just kind of listed the ones that I have or paid attention to the most. I did the Santa Claus movies, which we're actually going to be reviewing here. Did not watch the third one, but I watched the first two. And then I watched
Christmas
Vacation
when Al talked about them a few weeks ago. He watched all three, so I don't want to change anything.
Christmas Vacation and Home Alone. I really knocked out all the
main staples,
like yearly things that you're supposed to watch.
Well, we're definitely going to get into kind of like the upper echelon versus the three levels of Christmas movies in our review and our Christmas episode. So we'll talk a lot about those.
Just Friends. I watched Just Friends as well.
Yeah.
Which I could watch this movie on repeat. It's so good.
the
I watched that this weekend as well.
We tried to get people to vote on that, but nobody voted for that or Krampus.
I like how we put up 3 movies and
nobody voted for
and
the
then
ones we
and
put
then
up.
we were like, what's one other one that we can
Yeah.
throw in there? And that's what everybody picked.
Yeah. Like, everybody's like, this is our show now.
Yeah.
And it looks like you went and saw a movie in the theater.
I did. What did I see in theaters? Oh yeah, I did. I think I probably didn't put it on there because I talked about it. I don't think I mentioned it on Cape Cast, but yeah, I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Now, before you say anything about it, are you a fan of the original Ghostbusters?
I am.
Okay. Do you think it's funny? The original Ghostbusters.
The original Ghostbusters. Yeah. I mean, there's nostalgia in there for me.
I think that movie's hilarious. Brandon,
yeah,
not
I mean,
so much.
This one is much funnier in my opinion. They do. Who's the little girl's name again, Brandon? I'm blanking.
McKenna Grace, I think.
McKenna Grace. That girl is a force. She's awesome in this. It's first thing I've seen her in, I think. But totally carries the movie, and it didn't feel too member berry Easter eggish to me. They obviously have the original characters involved to some extent because you see in the trailer, but it wasn't forced or anything.
Right.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it. I know, Al, you're not stoked about it. Brandon, are you planning on seeing this?
Yeah, I'll see it when it comes out on video, but I do want to see it. I don't dislike the first two. I'm more fond of the second one. I think that's the one that I watched the most as a kid.
Brandon's really big on the Melissa McCarthy one. That's his favorite.
Yeah.
Show over. No, I didn't watch that one. I know Brandon did though.
Well, you have it in your library now.
I do, because they gave it to me for free for connecting my, and I've
It's
tried
like
to get it to delete it.
Remember when everybody got the
Martian.
Everybody
got the YouTube album
movies from his library because he doesn't.
They won't delete that, and they won't delete The Martian. And I think I might have a Fast and the Furious in there. I think, and I'm like, thanks for nothing, guys.
That's awesome.
So yeah. Anyway, what were you saying, Brandon, about the YouTube album that Apple forced?
Apple gave everybody the YouTube album, and then didn't they create an app to remove the YouTube album from your?
Well, they just gave you an option to remove it because so many people were upset that they.
I need to figure out how to remove it. It's not that it's a bad album, but it's the only thing I have on my phone as far as like in the Apple Music because I use Spotify. And so every time I get in my car, it starts playing that album. Like, I don't want to hear this album anymore.
Yeah. Well, when I did the Cinema Machine,
that's a feature in cars. That's like a problem everybody has. It seems like when they get in their car, it just auto plays. Some like.
I mean, it's kind of genius. It's probably benefited you too a lot. Everybody just. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it makes people get sick of them.
I got out of my car the other day and I was listening to some music pretty loud.
I hate you too. I hate them.
I hate that album. I'll tell you that much. I mean, that's like their worst album. No wonder they gave it away for free. I was listening to some music pretty loud the other day because I was on a road trip and I was just trying to stay awake in the car. So I was like cranking up some heavy metal. Well, I got in the car and it automatically played because in my Apple, when I did the voice for Cinema Machine, I had to kind of download it or upload it to Apple Music in order to put it into Premiere. And it just goes, Cinema Machine. It's like scared the crap out of me. Like it was so loud.
I'm terrifying.
So our opening now gives me like PTSD. So I'd forgotten that crap was in there because I never.
Brandon, does yours go K-Cast?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brandon, what have you been watching this week?
Well, like I said, I also watched Just Friends. Chris and I actually watched it, and Kelly, his girlfriend. And that's always just like Ryan was saying. It's just one of those movies that you can just kind of put on at any time and just get sucked into and quote it. And there's even something that I was telling Ryan, I was like, I caught something I'd never noticed. With Dusty, like there's like a guy at the hospital when he sits down, there's like a guy like kind of like drooling out of his mouth a little bit. He sits down and the guy's like holding a juice box or something, and Dusty like reaches over, like takes a sip of it, puts it back in his hand, and I had never noticed it before.
Yeah.
So we watched that. Still watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I think they're 4 episodes into this season. It's kind of hit or miss for me right now. Some stuff is funny, some stuff is, it's just, it's one of those things where it's not firing on all cylinders like it typically is. Like last season was pretty great, but this one's not having as good of a start for me as the other seasons. But watch that. I think Ryan, you're also watching Succession and finished Succession this week.
God, that last episode was so good. Are you caught up?
Yeah, we watched it.
Oh man, what did you think about the ending of that episode?
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It was so good. Oh, to see Shiv get it the way she did was so good. It was awesome.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I've always kind of joked that like kind of the 2 characters that are put into play at the end of this, I don't want to say because some people may have not watched it, but sure. I kind of jokingly said, well, what if that's they end up being on top at the end of all this because they're like the least likely people to have, and that kind of maybe that's where they're going.
It's so good. Oh man, this show is just every time an episode ends, I like have to text Brandon, and I'm just like, "Have you watched it this week? It's so good. Like I just have to get it off my chest."
Yeah, it's great. It's a great season. Enjoyed it
for sure.
And poor Connor. Like
I know,
gets no respect. What's the guy's name that plays Ferris Bueller's friend?
Ferris Bueller's buddy.
Oh yeah. I don't know his name.
He's like the oldest son in this family, and nobody respects him.
He's just a joke. Like he's like the joke of he's a half brother. So he's like the joke of the family. But he's actually trying to like run for president. Like that's his goal, but nobody even
not even his
fiance. In the time of day.
His fiance takes a day to let him know if she's gonna accept his engagement proposal. Like he's just so like, God, poor guy. And then they forget that he's the oldest. When Kendall's like, I'm the oldest son, and Connor just like looks at him, and nobody even like makes like acknowledges that he's like the oldest son.
So good.
Oh, poor guy. So watch Succession. What else? Oh, watched Home Alone. About half of it. I fell asleep. The kids seemed to enjoy it. And so that's all I'll really say about it. I mean, here's the thing. It's one of those movies that like feels like super straight to DVD. If it didn't have the Home Alone moniker attached to it, I wouldn't give it as hard of a time. But because they try to, and that they also reference Kevin McAllister and Buzz there, and it's like, it makes it even less. So you kind of have to hold it up to a higher standard. But it was fine. It wasn't like the worst movie in the world, but it's not a movie I'll ever watch again. And I didn't finish it, so I don't even know how it ends. But
it just like I just thought all the characters were despicable. Like I just didn't like any of the characters. The mom was terrible. The son was terrible. The 2 people that were trying to get their stuff back was everybody was just terrible. Like there was no redeeming factor. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So it's just bad all the way around. Either way, most everything I watched was Christmas related, so we can talk about that. But I did watch Krampus, the naughty cut, thanks to Brandon. Brandon sent that to me. So thanks, Brandon.
Sure.
It has 4 minutes of
Naughtiness.
extra of naughtiness in the movie. And if you blink, you might miss it. However, the special features are worth the purchase of this. So I enjoyed it. The features are great. I love this movie.
I love this movie.
I love it.
I love this movie.
Yeah. Just I don't know, just the way Krampus is designed and everything in this movie. It's just the technical aspects of this movie are just great. And Brandon, this is one of those movies. I think we watched this in your theater, didn't we?
Yeah.
It has great sound, like sound design. It just like I don't know, just everything about this movie was just fun. Now, I mean, I'm not saying it's like the acting's not the greatest ever, whatever, but as far as a technical movie, yeah, Tony needs to rewatch Krampus. It's really good. Are you gonna get? He did get the naughty cut. That's right, he did get the naughty cut.
Course, I mean,
I saw his video.
You got all the cuts, Al.
Don't insult him, Al.
I'm sorry. And then I followed. I had mine on pre-order, and then Brandon sent it to me, so I just canceled mine.
Well, it's $3 cheaper now. That's all.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you going all out for me, man.
No, I'm just saying, give me $3.
But no, I liked it. I think it's worth the purchase. The only thing is, if you decide you don't like the extra 4 minutes, they don't have the theatrical cut in there, but I don't foresee anybody really noticing a great difference for 4 minutes. I mean, it's like maybe 2 curse words and a little bit more blood in a scene, like an extra like angle of a scene. That's about it. So, yeah, it's a good one. Have you guys purchased any physical media? Have you gotten any?
I did, and I always forget to bring it down every time that we record.
Yeah, I forgot to bring one up tonight.
Yeah, I've got some stuff too, but I forgot to bring it.
We'll have. I tell you what. Let's say this. Do you have any physical media on your Christmas list that you're hoping for?
I've got some. I definitely have some vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah, Siamese Dream, $300.
Yeah, I saw that the Reddit vinyl thread. They posted a Siamese Dream. They had it. Somebody on eBay was selling it for like $150, but by the time I saw it, it was already sold. So I didn't. I was going to send it to you, but
yeah, I probably would have bought it too.
Brandon actually bought it. He's just trying to be nice to you.
I'm gonna walk into his house the next time I'm over there today.
Yeah.
Cherub Rock's gonna start playing. So, the song Mayonnaise is gonna. So anyway, yeah,
I don't know what's
quite
as far as
records
physical
lately.
media on my
And
Christmas
movies.
list. I don't have a Christmas list, but
I don't have.
I just
Everybody,
buy-
in my family,
Dear Santa.
everybody in my family insist on me sending them a list. So what I did this year was I thought, okay, I'll be nice.
do you feel like the JCPenney catalog every year? You circle things for your parents.
my mom would like that. She loves JCPenney. My mom used to get dressed.
Is that still a thing?
It still is a thing. My mom,
Amazon is the one that people give their kids now.
right? Well,
They send out a catalog.
yeah, that catalog was really well put together from a design standpoint. But what I did was I went on Amazon and I made a list on Amazon and just added things to the list and sent it out to the people in my family. Like I don't insist people look at a list. My whole thing is buy something you think seem or make something or whatever that you think is me, that you think fits me. So, and some people have come up with some good things over the years, but people want to buy stuff and whatnot, and they just want it kind of like buttoned up. They don't want to think about it sometimes because they have too much going on. So I understand that. But I sent them out a list and nobody got anything off the freak. Like I went all this detail, like putting this list together. I mean, the fact I put a $4,000 guitar on there doesn't mean anything, but still, I did put some vinyl on there.
That would
Did you call him
That
out?
would have been a heck of a Christmas.
Did you call him out after you unwrap things? Why did I send y'all a list?
I mean, every year I'm like,
This
I don't
wasn't
know.
on the list.
Yeah, so
Take it back.
I put on there some bookshelf speakers for the record player, so I can get a second record player up here, and then I don't know, some vinyl, some movies, just some basic stuff. Like some stuff was over like $40-$50, but I mean, like, 100, 200, but really everything else was like 40 and under. And people were like, yeah, I don't really like your list. Okay. So,
you like some really weird stuff, man.
what is Pig? Why is that a movie? So that's how that went. So I can only imagine, but I'm sure I'll be perfectly fine with whatever I get. But I do have quite a bit of physical media. My sister actually called me today. She said, Al, I need a list for you. I was like, what about my Amazon list? Yeah, no. And I was like, well, you know me, I just want movies and music, like records, and I want movies, records, and I'll take a guitar pedal or a gadget to go for the guitar or whatever. And she's like, if you think of anything else, just let me know, okay? So she's like not wanting to go that route at all. So
I'm thinking, if you think of any gift cards you'd like, let me know.
well, I was gonna send out some Mondo links. I am tough shop for, so I rarely get anything for Christmas. Yeah, I'm sure because you buy it as soon as it comes out. As long as it's
that's true.
media.
He already owns everything.
Yeah, it's like got it.
That's kind of the
can't
problem
find
that I
it.
run into as well, as far as like telling people what to get. I like for those types of things, movies and vinyl and collectibles. Like I want to buy them. Like I like
Right.
the thrill of the hunt. Like I like finding them, and
It's as close to hunting as Brandon's gonna get.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
He dresses up in camouflage to go on Amazon, but other than that, he's not gonna be hunting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, well, everybody, we do have some movies coming out this weekend. As Brandon said earlier, they're gonna be going to see one. So what's coming out this weekend?
Yeah.
We've got,
Hurry up, Brandon.
as we said earlier, Nightmare Alley, Spider-Man No Way Home, and The Tender Bar. So Waterloo Records was like, hey, we teamed up with Amazon Prime. You can go see this in the theater. And people were like, nah, I'm good. It's like nobody was interested.
It's on Prime, right?
Yeah, exactly. But they're really trying to get people to go see it in theater. So you can go get a free movie ticket if you are wanting to see that, Ryan.
Yep.
Just letting you know.
That's all on Instagram.
So Nightmare Alley, I do want to see it. I don't know that I'll have time this weekend. I'm guessing you guys are going to see The Tender Bar this weekend. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, negative. Going to see
Spider-Man.
Pretty
stoked.
Cool.
I'm pretty stoked. I've as of like mid-afternoon today, I'm checked out of all internet, everything. I don't want any.
When are you going to see it? Saturday?
No, we're going tomorrow afternoon.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You should just text Brandon. Can't believe they did that just right after the movie.
Well, if Britt doesn't spoil the whole movie for us, and
is he going tonight? Yeah.
Yeah. He already popped a couple things in there, so
yeah.
Good guy.
It's been a fiasco with me and trying to figure out when I could see this, but yeah, we're going Sunday. And I'm taking Luna because this is kind of the first like superhero movie that I'll be taking Luna to. She's seen all the Spider-Man movies that this movie will, kind of culminate with.
Nice.
Tony's going to beat you. He's going to see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Everybody's
getting IMAX, and this I wanted to go see it tomorrow night. Or actually, tonight.
It feels good.
I was trying to see it tonight in IMAX, but
this is like the first like big movie that I feel like everybody's like, I got to go see that in a long time. It's pretty cool. A lot of buzz.
Everybody is a loose term because we have one of those people probably on the show that doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, but
I'm
he's
not
not,
part of
really,
the
he's not a real person.
Yeah, he's a ginger.
Yeah.
So,
Doesn't even have a
yeah.
soul.
Yeah, no. Actually, I saw Come On, Come On was playing in the theater up the road, and I was like, man, I wish I had time to go see that. And then French
Yeah,
Dispatch
totally.
comes out on Blu-ray here shortly, so be wanting to watch that again.
Yeah, I want to see all these movies that are coming out this weekend, so I will eventually.
Yeah,
See the other two. Definitely, like priority-wise, obviously going to see Spider-Man. Then I want to see Nightmare Alley, and I do want to see Tender Bar at some point, but it's not high on my list. But I'd like to see it.
Same.
So
Same.
yeah. I'll see Nightmare Alley for sure. Tender Bar maybe.
Alice, I'm gonna be in the theater tomorrow and see like somebody walk in like Al's kind of build, but he's got like a hat on,
mustache,
and yeah,
yeah, just yeah, like I'm gonna have a mask on, like the COVID mask to cover up.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, well, Brandon, when he originally banned me from seeing superhero movies with him, it was whatever movie.
I remember when that happened.
Whatever movie came out right after that. I said, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna show up. I'm just gonna clap. I'm gonna ruin it." And I think like a part of him really thought like Al's that big of a jerk. He would do that.
Well, clapping doesn't ruin it for me, so that's fine.
Well, I was gonna clap like that idiot behind you at whatever Star Wars movie that was that we saw that kept clapping like right in your ear. So anywho, well, folks, I don't know after the Christmas episode. I don't know if we'll see everybody until after the new year.
The new year, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody, thanks for making our 2021 so delightful. Thanks for tuning in all the times that you have. Thanks for interacting with us everywhere. Ryan, do you want to tell them where they can interact with us?
Yeah, hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the videos we're putting out. We are on Instagram at CinemachinePod, and we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/CinemachinePod. We appreciate all the support that we get there.
Awesome. Well, everybody, we hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks so much again for tuning in to all of our shenanigans. Brandon and Ryan, I'll see you guys on the next episode of our Christmas episode. And everybody out there, stay safe, have fun, enjoy your families, and watch plenty of movies. We'll see you in 2022. Bye.
Bye.